Well, hello, and welcome to our live stream show. I'm Claudia Nygaard, and this handsome devil with me here is Rupert Wates, and we're going to be swapping some songs here back and forth. And I've got echoing. No? Yeah, I fixed it.
Yep, good. Well done.
All right. Anyway, well, by now, audience, you know, this is me and Rupert. And this is a show for the Hard Luck Cafe in Huntington, New York. And we're delighted to be presented by them. So, aren't we, Rupert?
Oh, we are. Yes, lovely. Yes, one of my favourite venues. Yeah.
So, I'm going to sing a couple songs, and then Rupert's going to sing a couple songs, and we're going to go back and forth like that, and I hope you enjoy it. Old J.C. was a laborer. He worked for my dad. He had a big old lines and a big old laugh. You should have seen the grin he had. Well, I remember one time when he and his brothers helped Daddy pour a patio. I was a regular tomboy then, a kid about 8 years old. He took off his shirt to work in the noonday sun. So I took off mine till he said, "Put yours back on." With a child's eyes I couldn't see why anyone wouldn't like old J.C. If God could have grinned, he'd have grinned at me, just like old J.C. J.C. worked in town all week. On weekends he was Dad's right hand. We had 25 cows, 3 horses, a dog, and 100 acres of land. And I had a calf I called Maverick. He had no mama at all. I raised him up all summer, and Dad sold him off in the fall. When the meat truck came to get him, my innocence died. With J.C.'s hand on my shoulder, we both cried. With a child's eyes I couldn't see why anyone wouldn't like old J.C. If God could have grinned, he'd have grinned at me, just like old J.C. Saturdays we go into town after something my mom had won, and we'd stop for breakfast at this place called Sambo's Restaurant. They had tigers on the menu, and a boy that looked like J.C., and a waitress there with copper hair made a rag doll for me. It was a little black monkey in a little red vest with the initials J.C. on his chest. With a child's eyes I couldn't see why anyone wouldn't like old J.C. If God could have grinned, he'd have grinned at me. If God could have cried, he'd have cried. God has a face, then it's bound to be a face like old J.C. Well, he's got a face just like old J.C. All right, I'm going to switch here to the ukulele. I should tell you one part about that song, which is when I played it for J.C., he said, "I ain't never cried over no damn calf in my life." Which is true. But so this song is a song off of Let the Storm Roll In, as was that last one. I'll be playing some songs off the new album on my next turn, but this is these two are from Let the Storm Roll In. I twist the stem out of my apple, and when I get to your initial, I tug a little harder to make it look official. I pull the petals off my flowers, saying he loves me not. You should see the trail of balding daisies and the florist bill I've got. You say words don't come easy for you. Well, here are other ways to prove your love is true. You could rent yourself an airplane or ride it across the sky, taking it out in the paper, listing all the reasons why. We're starring an infomercial about what I mean to you. If it's just too hard to say I love you, oh, you're a man of few words. There's a lot of men like you, and I know how you feel about me from the sweet little things you do. You're brave and strong when bears come along, but words scare the pants off you. And when your little bare butt is on the line, your tongue sticks like glue. I'm on the phone with the psychic hotline, asking if your heart is ever gonna be mine. Why don't you rent yourself an airplane or ride it across the sky, taking it out in the paper, listing all the reasons why. We're starring an infomercial about what I mean to you. If it's just too hard to say I love you, come on, big guy, you can do this. I'll hold your hand, there's nothing to it. It's just 3 words, but if it's too hard to do, you can rent yourself an airplane and ride it across the sky, taking it out in the paper, listing all the reasons why. We're starring an infomercial about what I mean to you. If it's just too hard to say I love you, if it's just too hard to say I love you, if it's just too hard to say I love you.
Hey.
All right, Rupert.
Well, I'm the only person you can hear. Fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So we're going to have Rupert do a couple now.
Yeah, great. So we can listen to this later on YouTube, can't we?
Yes.
And well, it's streaming right now on YouTube.
And
we can listen
we're
back
also
to it later.
streaming on Facebook.
Yeah, great, lovely. Well, I want to say a big thank you to Claudia for setting all this up, and the Hard Luck Cafe for inviting me to play. I'll do a little love song. This is called I'm Amazed. I'm Amazed. I don't need the mountains, I don't need the trees, I don't need the splendor of the sun that shines on me. I don't need the treasures buried out at sea, I don't need the mighty temples of antiquity. But I've traveled far, and all that I've seen left me cold, twisted and scarred. Nothing could ruin my soul. But I'm amazed by your love when I gaze in your eyes. I hope it stays with me now and all the days of my life. Dreams claw at me in the night. They whisper of tragedies not yet come to light. We must hold on to these precious times when I'm here by your side and you are by mine. Out on the road, though you are far from me, everywhere I go, wonder is all that I see. Better than the mountains, better than the trees, better than the splendor of the sun that shines on me, better than the treasures buried out at sea, better than the lovely gardens of antiquity. I'm amazed by your love when I gaze in your eyes. I hope it stays with me now and all the days of my life. Yes, I'm amazed by your love when I gaze in your eyes. I hope it stays with me now and all the days of my life. Swap of guitars here. That's off my new, relatively new CD, my 2019 CD, which is called Full Circle. This is one of my older songs. Wrote this many years ago, about 20 years ago now, 25 years ago, when I was about 3 years old, actually, at the time, give or take. And it's about the moment when the rain has gone and we step out into the world that is new and shining and full of promise. And it seems appropriate for this particular moment in our lives because it seems to me that we've finally rounded the corner of COVID and things are starting to open up and be full of promise once again. So here's After the Rains, After the Rains. Shakes his feathers dry after the rains are gone, makes his home the wide blue sky after the rains are gone, and colors waiting to amaze are open to the gentle rays of the day to come after the rains are gone. After the rains are gone, and we will see with clear sights after the rains are gone. And when the rain dries on our cheeks to leave us on a mountain peak. Then we will hear our vision speak. After the rains are gone, far from the thunder's reach, we'll hear a different song, love calling each to each, and through the mist of joy and pain, morning bird will sing again, although the night was long. And if no trace of us remains, just say we walked in love's domain. His will be our song after the rains are gone. The eagle shakes her feathers dry after the rains are gone, makes her home the clear blue sky after the rains are gone, after the rains are gone. Thanks, Claudia.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful song. I should probably mention here that the Folk Music Society of Huntington, who brought us in, who are presenting us tonight, they said, "Hi, Claudia, Rupert," because Rupert can't see the chat, see, so I'm reading it to him. "Hi, Claudia, Rupert, and everyone who is joining us tonight as we close out the current season of the Folk Music Society of Huntington's Hard Luck Cafe series that is held in partnership with Long Island Cinema Arts Center." And so anyway, so I just thought I'd mention that is a lovely series if you are up in the Northeast and you want to see it. And also should probably mention that on April 10th of next year, should you be up in the Northeast, Rupert and I are playing River Vibes concerts in New York. So mark your calendar for that. River Vibes is the name of the concert series. And we were supposed to play it this year, but of course, we didn't play anything this year. I mean, last year. So anyhow, so that's what's happening in New York in a year.
Yep.
This isn't I promised some songs off of the new album. This is my off my new album, Lucky Girl, my latest album. I guess I have to say now. It's not brand new now, but it is still pretty new. It was on the charts last year. Somewhere in the middle of Ohio, that's when I got your call. I never thought we'd go the distance. That didn't stop the tears at all. A few days later in Nebraska, I was yelling curse words at the rain. It didn't make the highways any drier, but sometimes anger swallows pain. I'll hold the wheel a little tighter, and I won't watch the rearview mirror anymore. Around this curve the light gets brighter. I've been down this road before. Yeah, I've been down this road before. I pulled into a truck stop in Montana as our song came on the radio. I shrugged it off and changed the channel. That song's too slow, just too damn slow. I'll hold the wheel a little tighter. I won't watch the rearview mirror anymore. Around this curve the light gets brighter. I've been down this road before. Yeah, I've been down this road before. By the time I rolled out of Wyoming, made it down to Oklahoma, headed south, I felt a near forgotten feeling tugging up the corners of my mouth. Yeah, it was tugging up the corners of my mouth. Now I hold the wheel a little lighter, and I don't watch the rearview mirror anymore. Around this curve the light got brighter, just like all the times before. Just like all the times before. Yeah, I've been down this road before. So let's see here. I should tell you that I've got this thing called QR codes, and the little QR codes, you see one there on one side it says Spotify, and the other one over there says YouTube. So if you just open your phone with your camera and aim it towards those little QR codes, you could either subscribe to me on YouTube, or you could follow me on Spotify. And of course, all of my other stuff is there in the middle of Facebook and Instagram and everything. And basically, it's all at Claudia Nygaard. Just go into any platform and type in at Claudia Nygaard, and it'll pull me up. Except for Facebook, where you have to type in at Claudia Nygaard Songwriter. Because there's two Claudia Nygaards. The one who has a personal life. Wait a minute, there's really only one. That's kind of a faux pas. I misspoke. But the professional page is Claudia Nygaard Songwriter, and the other one's pretty much full. So I'm not really accepting any friends there. So anyhow, this song is off of a real early album. That was a big deal in Europe and never released in America. But I'm thinking about releasing it in America. I'm thinking about recutting some of the songs. I wrote this about my rather turbulent adolescence. My dad wanted to name me Brian, but it didn't work out. Pigtails flying in the wind at 90 miles an hour. Mama's on the front porch with her face as white as flour. Papa's on the back porch yelling, "Go, girl, go! Grab that apple loose as reins and hover down low, wearing mama's lipstick and daddy's worn out shirt. I could hear my daddy cheering, mama crying, don't get hurt. And there's a fire out on the prairie, the grass is dry and burning fast, but we'll beat it down to the river if this pony's legs will last, if this pony's legs will last. Running 10 years later with a boy who was no good, all my ponies are hitched up underneath that pickup's hood. We found a back road way out on the edge of town, rev those horses up and slam that pedal down, with heads full of stupid and hearts filled with desire. We were racing for the river like our britches were on fire. And there's a fire out on the prairie, the grass is dry and burning fast, but we'll beat it down to the river if this pony's legs will last, if this pony's legs will last. I'm gonna ride this pony just as fast as she can go. I don't know where I'm going, but there is one thing I know. Don't wanna look back in another 20 years on a life that had no laughter, a life that had no tears. Carve on my tombstone after I have died. Before the fire got her, she had one hell of a ride. And there's a fire out on the prairie, the grass is dry and burning fast, but we'll beat it down to the river if this pony's legs will last, if this pony's legs will last. There's a fire out on the prairie, the grass is dry and burning fast, but we'll beat it down to the river if this pony's legs will last, if this pony's legs will last. Thanks. Good. Well, let's
Love your voice, Claudia. I've always loved your voice.
thank
and
you.
admired your voice.
Oh.
Yeah, terrific.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate it. I love you playing too. You got that great sounding guitar. What is that you're playing there?
Well, there are 3 guitars here actually. I'm moving between all of them, but they're all the same brand. They're Loudon guitars. It's an Irish guitar. Loudon.
Oh,
Very top end. You know, they're only ever very. You know, they usually go for several grand. You can't get them except in specialist stores, but they're really worth it, in my opinion.
oh well, it certainly sounds like it to me.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, so that was that. What was the title of that song that you just sang?
Prairie Fire.
Very fun. Because it was about. But you mentioned a pony.
Yeah.
Pony's legs were like. Because that leads me into my next song, which is about a carousel.
Ah.
I want to mention that the big event in my life in the last year was the birth of my son. My first and only child, probably my only child, certainly my first child, was born about 15 months ago. So I've been writing a lot of songs, you know, inspired by that event. And he was born in hospital in New York at the height of the pandemic. And I would go in and out of the hospital, the revolving doors at the entrance of the hospital. And as I would go in, people would come out, but I would also remember that plenty of people that went into that hospital never came out. So we were particularly glad to bring our newborn baby out of the hospital and begin a new life. But that image gave me the idea for this song, which is about a carousel, the horses or the ponies of a carousel. This is called the Carnival Waltz. All the pretty horses horses go round and round, painted in colors so gay, prancing and dancing while the music plays. And so many people are standing in line, waiting to take a ride. Some may be happy and some may be hurting inside. As long as the wheel keeps turning, we'll watch them all go by. Some say hello and some are waving goodbye. For every face that is passing from us, another will always come round, and all we lost someday will surely be found. Round and around they go, round and around they go, round and around they go. All the pretty horses go up and down, painted in their colors so gay, prancing and dancing while the music plays. Every good friend that we've lost on the way someday will come to the sound, and we are all riding the merry-go-round. Round and around we go, round and around we go, round and round we go. Thank you, Claudia. Okay, so I'm going to do another song from my last year's CD, which is called Lamentations. Lamentations, of course, is a book in the Bible. But I don't actually look at the Bible very much, just occasionally. It's a beautiful piece of work, whatever else you may think of it. So Lamentations is the title of my new CD, and it actually became a rather prophetic title because, of course, we all did a lot of lamenting last year. It was a pretty awful year for all of us. Anyway, this is Lamentations from my CD of the same name, Lamentations. Once I was lovely, once I was young, once I rejoiced in the light of the sun. Once the pure waters flowed straight to my well. Now I sing lamentations from heaven or hell. The keys of the kingdom were thrown at my feet. A table was laden with all I could eat. Now I beg them to feed me through the bars of a cell, and I sing the lamentations to heaven and hell. from so far away to all the dim voices that whisper and pray. Show us your mercy, tell us all shall be well. We sing lamentations to heaven and hell. Once I was golden, once I was young, and I danced in the light of the moon and the sun. Now I've grown weary of the sound of the bell, and I sing lamentations to heaven and hell. And I sing lamentations from heaven or hell. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting what you were saying about the Bible. A friend of mine says it's like not really a book; it's more like a library.
Absolutely.
You
yeah.
know,
Dip into
yeah,
it. Dip out.
a lot of different books in one place.
Yeah.
So, well, let's see here. I guess I'm up, aren't I? Let's see here. This is another song off of my new album, Lucky Girl. I'm all dolled up, dressed to the nines. I'm gonna make it out the door this time in this hot new dress, and my hair piled up high. Joshua's pacing, he's waiting on me. He comes in the bedroom and likes what he sees from that look on his face. We'll never make it outside. Tumbling down, tumbling down. All the time on my hair, and it just comes tumbling down. Tumbling down, tumbling down. Joshua blows in my ear and my walls come down. I tried to protest, saying, baby, let's go. We've got 8 o'clock reservations, you know, and he's hungry, all right, but not for a meal. His hands grab my waist, his lips graze my cheek, his mouth finds mine and my knees go weak. And to hell with that dinner, I'm not made of steel. Tumbling down, tumbling down. To the bed, then the floor, we go tumbling down. Tumbling down, tumbling down. Joshua blows in my ear and my walls come down. He just blows in my ear and my walls come tumbling down. Speaking of the Bible, That's one that would probably get you sent in the wrong direction, though. You're not supposed to really take Bible stories and then turn them into smut songs, I don't think. But anyway, let me go back to the guitar here for my last song. All right. This was a song that got me, this song and one other one were the ones that got me my staff songwriting job on Music Row many moons ago. I still really like this song. And I'll do this song, and then Rupert's going to do a couple, and then we should probably talk about a couple of things on the chat before we say goodbye. So, if I'm looking over here, this is because I'm looking at Rupert over here. Because that's where my screen is. Because the camera's here, so I cannot look there. I have to look here to see Rupert. Anyway. Put my makeup on just right. Choose a skirt that fits real tight. This'll be your last fight with me. I wanna look good in your memory. How do you like my hair this way? It's the first thing you've liked in days. My last angry words will be, I wanna look good in your memory. I'm wearing my come here baby high-heeled shoes. I remember what they used to do to you. Tonight when you close your eyes, I want you to fantasize that you're still holding me. I want to look good in your memory. So you want to kiss our love goodbye? Well, kiss me there, I won't cry. Tears might smear my eyes, you see. And I wanna look good in your memory. I'm wearing my come here baby high-heeled shoes. I remember what they used to do to you. Tonight when you close your eyes, I want you to fantasize that you're still holding me. I want to look good in your memory. In my tight skirt and boob shirt and a little lace you can see, I'm gonna look good in your memory.
All right. I know that
I
feeling.
didn't realize I was putting all the sexy songs in one in one little cluster there.
Okay. I'd like to do a couple of newer songs. This is from a CD that's coming up. This is going to be called, the CD is going to be called For the People. It's more of a folky kind of thing. This is the song that I'm going to be recording. Probably won't be recording until the fall, but anyway, this is one of the newer songs. This is called To the Sea, To the Sea. Can you tell me where my sweetheart lies? What's that to me? What's that to me? Did she pass by on her morning ride? Follow the river to the sea. Were there wildflowers in her chestnut hair? What's that to me? What's that to me? It was for my sake she then did wear. Follow the river to the sea. There she'll wait on the sun-warmed side, while the waves rise and fall, where the old ruined castle stands, and silence gazes from its walls. There she'll watch as the sailors make land, each with treasures galore. They will show her the pearls in their hands that they have brought from distant shores. And in time to come she'll not grow old. What's that to me? What's that to me? For no rusty coin she'll trade her soul. Follow the river to the sea. Can you tell me where my sweetheart lies? What's that to me? What's that to me? Did you hear her sing as she passed by? Follow the river to the sea. Follow the river to the sea. Follow the river to the sea. Thank you. That was called To the Sea. Well, I'd like to end with one of my old chestnuts. For those of you who may know my material, it's a time to bring people together, and I think music is the best way that we have to bring people together right now. This is a song called Prayer, and it goes out for everybody tonight who doesn't have a prayer. Prayer. Here's to you and here's to me. Here's to all we've ever seen. To all that come and all that's good. Here's to all we've ever shared. To our fathers and to our heirs. To all people everywhere. When they haven't got a prayer. Here's to the young and here's to the old, to the body and to the soul, to all whose stories are still untold. Here's to the lightness and here's to the weights, to the gay and to the straight, to all who die too soon or were born too late. Here's to our enemies and here's to our friends, to the river that never ends. Here's to the sinners, here's to the born again. Here's to the black and here's to the white, to the left and to the right. Here's to the evening and here's to the morning light. Coming into sight. To the rich and to the poor, here's to the sea, here's to the shore, here's to all people everywhere. When they haven't got a prayer, 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 when they haven't got a prayer. Here's to the cock, and here's to the priest. Here's to the west, and here's to the east. Here's to all they bring to the feast. Here's to the lion, and here's to the lamb. Here's to that beast in the heart of man. Here's to the house on rock and the house on sand. Here's to the heart and to the head, to the living and to the dead. Here's to the joy and to the tears we've shed. Here's to the first and here's to the last, to the future and to the past. Here's to all who've ever raised their glass anytime we asked. To the moon and to the sun, to all we've lost and all we won. Here's to all people everywhere. When you haven't got a prayer, 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 when you haven't got a prayer.
Well, there's some technical problems there. Is that good?
I have a song kind of similar to that.
Oh,
It's
good.
called Devil Didn't Have a Prayer, but it's not.
I probably ripped you off.
No, I don't think so.
I probably
I
still
don't think so. This has been really fun, Rupert. I'm looking forward to April 10th.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
We'll have
Thank
a
you.
good time. I wanted
Thank
to tell
you.
you that probably tomorrow or whenever you get around to it, I think I posted this, I shared this to your Facebook page,
Right,
your
right.
your profile page. So I think if you watch it there, you might be able to see the comments. There's some
Okay.
people that are saying some lovely things, and you probably want to read it. And so,
Okay, well, thank you.
so
Appreciate
you
that.
should
Thank
check
you.
it out, because Rupert hasn't been able to see the chat. You know, he's been
That's true.
on Skype, which is how we're doing
Focused.
this. Yeah. Also want to say thank you so much to Dave Harper, who has been the man behind the curtain again this evening. He does that for me an awful lot, almost every time, and he's getting quite good at it. He's probably going to charge me a lot more soon, and he gets paid in dinners. And so, and then I did want to also, of course, I'm sure Rupert and I both want to thank the Hard Luck Cafe,
Hard Luck Cafe.
for having us tonight, and thank all of you
Thank you.
guys for watching. Thank you for coming to the show, to the really big show, and
Yes, thank you.
we're going to. I'm sure you can see our websites right there now. If you aren't following us, I hope you will. Hope you go to the website, and I'm sure Rupert has links to all of the social media there, as I do. And coming up right after this ends, there'll be a slide in case you want to show us your affection with some cash.
Please do, yes.
Neither of us have worked for 15 months, and as much as enjoyable as this is, it took me 3 days to prepare for it. So, yeah, so thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Claudia.
you, Rupert. I'm looking forward to seeing you in April. If I don't see you before then, I hope
Yeah.
to see you before then.
I may well do. You never know,
Yeah.
yeah. Shall I sign off now then?
Well, I
from
think
Skype?
we're going to be signed off for ourselves, but and by Dave. But I did want to say congrats on being a daddy too.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So-
Thank you. We'll see you again soon, yeah? All the best. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.